Hey guys, I did a video on my Howard Lights before. They are still one of my favorite things ever for ear protection when you're shooting. These are Howard Lights if you're not familiar with them or you haven't watched the other video. They are electronic earmuffs. Comes with a battery. They take AAA batteries. They have these microphones on the side here. And what they do is they deaden loud sounds, but they amplify soft sounds. So when you're shooting and you don't want your ears damaged by the loud firearm sound, this deadens that sound. So it's like wearing just standard ear protection for loud sounds. Now, let's say you're at the range, you're wearing these, you're shooting, your buddy starts talking to you after you stop shooting. You can now hear him because it's going to amplify soft sounds. He can be all the way across the shooting bay and talking, and you will hear this because it will amplify it. The cool thing about this is that you can be out in like public shooting areas where there's like gravel, and you can hear people walking up on you because they're walking through the gravel, and you'll hear crunch, crunch, crunch. You'll hear that pretty far away. Very, very interesting. Now we have the other brand here. So this is what I currently use. We have this other brand called Walkers, and they're the same exact thing, same principle. You have a dial right here. You have a microphone right here, which is made of plastic, not styrofoam, and a microphone right here. The ear pads, you can see much puffier on this side. These are like flat and more dense, but same idea. They use the same cusp system for the muffs. Think that they're about the same size, yeah. And they're just wire clamped. They are adjustable. Same with the Howard Lights, adjustable. But they work great. So Howard Lights, what are the pros of these versus the Walkers? So these are more expensive. I believe they run about $80 to $90. Back in the day, I bought my first pair of these for about $50 in 2011. They work great. They last a long time. I only bought this pair recently. I had my original pair from 2011 to 2025 earlier this year. So that's a pro. I have never owned a pair of Walkers until recently. We had some friends come over. We needed an extra pair when we went to the range with them. So I bought this set of Walkers because one, we needed a cheaper pair just to give as a lender. And two, it would be interesting to shoot a video and see what the comparisons are. So I haven't really taken a good look at these yet. Styrofoam on the inside. Flexible. Easily adjustable. When I wore these, when I put these on, they seemed a little firmer on my head. I have a big noggin, so if that means anything to you, if you've got a large diameter head like I do, unfortunately, these might not be as comfortable as the Howard Lights. The Howard Lights, while they adjust size-wise, this tension, like the springiness to the side of the head, feels much easier to adjust. So I can wobble these pretty easily, and then these rotate kind of to fit your needs. What I did find with the Howard Lights is that if your microphone button is on the right side of your head, meaning your microphone is back, that is the more comfortable position. It looks like they're universal, like you should be able to flip them around and wear them like this. However, that just wasn't the case for me. Wearing them backwards with the microphone on the dial on the left side of the head ended up being very, very uncomfortable, and I don't know why that is. So it's a little weird because this seems to be the natural position, but this cord probably should be in the back, and then the microphones probably should face forward. Plus, when you're reading it, it ends up being kind of, I don't know. So there's that. $80 headphones. What are we getting out of these that we aren't getting out of these? Well, the first thing is when you turn this on, I'm going to see if I can get this to pick up. Yeah, you get that a little bit. Let's see if we get it with this. A little bit. Not as bad. It's kind of a softer hum. And what that is it's picking up the amplified ambient sounds and then it reverbs through the microphone. It's a little less on this because we have a foam kind of cover, whereas these are just plastic with holes. So if it hears the sound, it reverbs through endlessly and creates a nice screeching sound. So they work. I do notice the other thing, which is when you put them on, and that was kind of what I was trying to get at before. Let's cover this. I can't get it. It creates a static sound. So as soon as these are on, it does everything that the other pair does, meaning if I fire a firearm, you can't hear the firearm as well, so it doesn't completely deaden the sound, but it definitely does reduce it. Neither pair is technically 100% hearing safe for firearms, so you should wear like foamies or something on the inside of them. But even without wearing foamies, it is going to be much more comfortable shooting, so these are definitely either one gonna work for that. Okay, so like I said, there's a static sound with these. So if you shoot a lot and you're going to wear these at the range, you're going to have to get used to kind of the sound in your ears while nothing's going on. So if you're talking, you're going to hear that sound come through. It's going to feel fine. But as soon as people stop talking and no one's shooting, you're just going to hear static on these. Whereas if you're wearing these, it's just going to sound like you're wearing kind of like a earmuffs is the best way to describe it, where everything feels a little muted. You're not hearing static, but until a sound is made that it registers as a sound and tries to amplify that sound, the whole world is going to feel a little dead. So this is a more pleasurable, enjoyable experience because you're not constantly hearing white noise. So if you like white noise, if you're one of those people that enjoys that, you might want these. They're about $50. I think we paid $55 for these pair, which is a pretty good price for electronic earmuffs that actually function. The Howard Leights, I think, are leaps and bounds better if you're just buying a personal pair for yourself. If you need a pair and you don't want to spend the 30 extra bucks, this will work just fine. The headband itself is made out of like a foam material here. It has some leather on the underside, which is what this is made of entirely. Really nice leather. And like I said, I had a pair of these for about 11 years, and this leather never once degraded at all. It just stayed nice and firm and shiny, no cracks in it. But I have a feeling that this foam probably will last longer than leather. So you could probably have a pair of these, and this foam up here will probably be like 30, 40 years, and you'll probably see cracks in the leather down here before you do up here. That having been said, I kind of wish they had just used the same material on both sides. The leather probably feels a little nicer. They put more cushioning under the leather of the walkers than they did the Howard Leights. Like I can feel the metal band on the top of these, which might be a deal breaker for some people. I have never felt any discomfort wearing Howard Leights at all. They have a flat top here, whereas these are more rounded. So I don't know if that matters to you guys. But that flat top, especially I wear a hat when I shoot. And so that flat top sits nicely on the top of the hat and is not really an issue for me. Yeah, there's not much else I can say. I did take my old pair of Howard Leights. I was working on repairing the rubber cord here. The outside of the cord frayed, and that's why I had to buy a new pair. That's what failed first. None of the electronics failed on me. just the rubber got so old that it eventually frayed. And so I tried repairing it as best as possible, and then I ended up taking these off and putting them on one of my helmets using an arc rail. So these things are nice because you can pop these off and you can pop them directly onto an arc rail. And the system on the walkers is the same thing. It's got just a little pinchy thing, and they'll fit to arc rails as well. So if that's something that appeals to you, both of these will work. What will mean for you, though, is you'll have to cut the headband off and destroy this just to get the wire out, because the wire, as you can see, just feeds in there and then is sewn in. So you're going to have to cut away some of the sewing and pull it out. But that's pretty much all there is to it. Let's see, does that have it? Yeah. So Walkers also has an input, an audio aux cord. I would imagine that is for putting either music to listen to, or they sometimes have clamp-ons or additions that allow you to add a microphone. In theory, you could have a Bluetooth microphone so you could talk to people pretty far away and hear them. So if you guys have any comments or questions, drop a comment. I will respond. And thanks for watching, guys.